Hey guys, press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Pink Villa.
I think Nagi also, we all started off at the same time together, and Nagi and I sat down, and what he told me was just focus on history. He wanted historically the costumes to be very apt and very real. So that's the only input he gave me, and we went on further researching on that. '70s and '80s were when I think in fashion we discovered classics. I think the classic denim look, a denim jacket, a classic t-shirt, crew neck, all of that came from then. So all we had to do was focus on our classics that we wear even today, and that's where it all started off from. It was actually a very interesting period for me to focus on costume, because here we started off with reading the script. And I tried to understand each character, and we worked on costumes based on what the person is going through at that point. And I think that was a great start off point for me, because historically, yes, the costumes were apt, but or I hope so, but in terms of understanding the character and designing according to the scene was challenging but still rewarding at the same time. Let me start a little bit about talking of Dulquer's character. He played Gemini Ganeshan, and for Gemini's character, we had a lot of references in terms of photographs on the internet, and also we read quite a few books on him. And we read up on him, and he seemed like a character that was very dapper, who had great style, who knew what looked good on him. So we just had to look up the trends from that era and make Dulquer as dapper as he possibly could. So this is one of my favorite looks that we made for Dulquer. I think it's going to be an iconic look from the movie. It's from the song Muga Mansulu, and the brief we got for this look was mainly to make an all-white three-piece suit. And what we tried to do here is maintain the color but try to create some kind of tonal changes. See, it's all white, but you see texture happening at the waistcoat and at the tie, and a slight satin trim at the collar. And as usual, Dulquer looked like amazing in this look, and it just worked out perfectly. For Samantha's character, this was like a fictional character. We had no references to start off from, so all we knew was that she's a South Indian girl who was a journalist, who was running against the pack. So we wanted to make her look like someone we could relate to, somebody who dressed like someone we already knew, actually Indian. So we made her wear these classic shirts and calf-length skirts, but she still had a tight braid on with the bindi. And I think that's a very South Indian thing from that time. So we tried out different looks for her, and then we arrived at what worked best with her. Another key look that we wanted to work for Dulquer is, for his casual looks, we decided that we should definitely have some bowling shirts, which were really fashionable back in the 1950s. And we did notice that Gemini used to wear quite a lot of those. So we tried to make a few of them tessellation pattern embroidered onto a shirt and create easy fitting bowling shirts. And you'll see him wear a lot of these in the movie, where there's a detailing on the collar, just a slight pocket detail, and in colors that are deep and dark. Vijay was another fictional character, but we wanted Vijay to look very fashion forward slightly, but also very original. I feel like we started off with focusing on basics. Like I said, basic denim is something we started off with. Suede pants, which were bell bottoms, and again with the bell bottoms, we didn't want him to look like a caricature, so we made something that suited Vijay as well. So faded suedes, we worked on oversized denim jackets, classic raglan sleeve t-shirts, and we just worked on something that enhanced his character more than turned him into a fashion idol, something more relatable again. Since Gemini was meant to be somebody who really understood fashion and he was really dapper in style, what we tried to also do is source some vintage styles from America. We went to some thrift stores and sourced some classic knits like this yellow t-shirt here, or this old school retro sweater. And we also had, in tones, this was his entire color palette, like mustards and browns and a hint of red here and there. And we try to incorporate that into his everyday casual looks in the film as well. So we had a great styling team on board already. We worked very closely with Indrakshi, who was heading the styling team, and I think our first step was getting photographs from that time. We actually asked people to give us photographs of their family members, and we just had announced on social media to look out for pictures like that. We put them all together, developed our own photo album sort of, and that's how we selected trends and figured out how it works. In terms of fashion trends, we also looked up fashion history books from the West, because back in the day in India it had a lot of influence from the West. So we studied a lot of color palettes from that and figured out textile and styles, and that's how we worked Gemini's character. Also, we had to find the right balance to get Dulquer's look right. We didn't want Dulquer to look like a caricature of Gemini Ganeshan. We wanted both their personalities to align and make something that's more real and relatable.